got ace jack. We're flipping. He hasn't hit an ace jack yet. Not yet. Please, not yet. Yes, fucking right. We have. Holy shit. I have never done this well in my life. That's a big moment for me. Ace 8, that's interesting. Okay. I gotta think of my move here. I think what we do here, we raise. If we get re-raised by this guy, we call. If we get re-raised by somebody else, it's a tough spot, but we are going to raise this up here. We have not made many moves. He could 3-bet us light. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Because sometimes they like to make 3-bets to put pressure on us because we do have a marginal stack. He is 3-betting us. We're actually just going to call and evaluate what happens after the flop. Because he's trying to represent a strong hand, but he could have like nothing. This is an interesting flop. Both of us might not have very much over like that. He could have a pair, or he could have not much at all. 164,000. I still think we could be ahead with an ace 8. So we're going to call here. Another 3. This is a very dry board. He's probably going to go all in. This is very interesting. This could be our last hand, but he could also be bluffing us over like that. He checks. Interesting. Very interesting. Do I want to shove, or let him shove on the river, or let him check? We're going to check back. 6. I still, it would suck if he hit the 6. But this looks weak. I think he's going to bet at us to look like a bluff, and we're going to call here. If he has us beat, that's too bad. You have a pair of 10s. So you did have his beat. So that's too bad that that happened, but he could have been doing that with not much at all. So that's why we did that over like that. He would have called our shove. You know, that I'm fine with what I did there over like that because players like him, they make moves like that to try and like put pressure on you. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. And that was a dry board that could have us actually having it over like that. So I'm okay with my play.
So in this hand, we had the ace 8 of hearts, which is what I'm plugging into the poker stove here. We are going to evaluate thought processes that I had during this hand that led me to make the decisions I did. So I was in position. I raised from late position with ace 8 of hearts with 23 big blinds. The small blind had a bigger stack than I did and could put me in some marginal spots because I only had 23 big blinds. And so it was a spot where I'm pretty much forced to put in my whole stack if I am to 4-bet him after he 3-bets. So he 3-bets small, and I can tell he's a capable player. So when he's a capable player, that means that he can be doing this with a wide range of hands. He can be doing this with hands for value, such as, you know, big pocket pairs, high cards, you know, like ace king, ace queen. But he could also be doing this light in an attempt to make us try to fold pre-flop. So let's give him a range, and I'll assign him this range, and I'll tell you why in a sec. So the reason why I'm only assigning him 6s through queens for value is because I feel that for the very higher cards, he would have bet the turn. When he checks the turn, he makes it very interesting. It's a board where we could call with a lot worse if he has aces or kings, so I feel he would want us to get the money in. So when he 3-bets pre-flop, bets the flop, checks the turn, and then bets the river, it looks like it's one of those hands that if he's doing it for value, he's doing it with a bit more of a marginal value hand rather than the absolute nut value hand. And now for the rest of his holdings, let's include some bluffs. So I don't actually want to give him any bluffs from the unsuited random hands over here because I feel like he's one of those players that when he 3-bets, he does it with some sort of equity. So things like suited aces and suited connectors, so that if we do call him and he's out of position, he at least has some sort of backup plan for if he can tell we're not going to fold post-flop on whatever board texture comes up. This is what I find a lot of players like to do with these stakes. They don't like to 3-bet with complete air. Every now and then they will, if they feel that they have a great chance of getting the opponent to fold at that point. But most time, if they're 3-betting to try and get an opponent to fold, they'll at least do it with some sort of backup plan with the kind of hands that I was saying before. So in this situation, we'll give him hands like ace 2, ace 3, ace 5, ace 7, ace 8, ace 9, ace 10, ace jack. And let's give him some other cards, maybe like a king jack suited, queen jack. Let's go down this line here. Different suited cards like this. And I'm only giving him this type of range because of the action that happened throughout the hand. On the river, I felt that when he hits a 6, he'd be hard pressed to like actually bet for value. It'd be more of a hand that he'd probably check because it has good enough showdown value, but not great value to get value like out of us. because if we had pocket eights, he's just value owning himself. And the same goes for ace four. Obviously, ace three is a hand that if he three bet as a bluff pre-flop, it actually ends up making the nuts post-flop. And so it's definitely a hand that he could take the line of betting the flop and betting the river, because maybe he got a little shocked when he made quads on the turn. And so that's my reasoning for that. And the same goes for these hands here, is that he might figure that he's not going to be able to get us to fold in the turn, but then when we check back, he's like, okay, well, I'll take another shot and try betting on the river. Now, the hands that are further up here, I feel like he'd also check the river because he has good enough showdown value that worse hands, will check back like us, but worse hands won't call if he bets, but only better hands will. So it's those type of hands. So that's why I didn't put in this range high cards like ace queen off, ace king king suited, and ace queen suited, because of what happened on the river. So giving this type of range, let's apply it to our opponent here, and we'll evaluate it. And actually, even though all we had was ace eight high, against this entire range that we gave our opponent, it's about dead even. So in this case, if I'm assigning the correct range for our opponent for the type of plays he can make in this spot with these hands, it would be incorrect to fold because of the pot odds that were given, like in the river. Pre-flop, when I made the call, I was doing so in position because it wasn't for very much more. Pot odds were decent, but also if we make a big hand, then we can trap him. For instance, if we were to make the nut flush, if three hearts came on board, especially if one of those hearts was the 10 of hearts and he had made a set, he wouldn't know what to do with it because he's out of position. That's the beauty about being in late position with these type of hands like ace eight of hearts. You can control the hand much better. And so our opponent knows that because we're also capable, we can float him. So, which is kind of what we did. We figured we had the best hand, and he wasn't sure how to act when he was out of position. And so it's much easier to play pots in position, which is why I called pre-flop, because we were getting great pot odds to make a hand that's strong against his range. But also we could figure out what to do if we figured he was weak. We could always try to buy the pot ourselves in position. And then as the hand went on the flop in the river, I was calling because I figured there was still a very great chance that I had the best hand, which you can see in this equity thing that I was not far off in my thoughts against his range. It's about a flip, 50-50 equity. So that's my thought process in the hand, which is what led me to my calls throughout the hand, both pre-flop, on the flop, and on the river.
It's too bad that that's what happened, but we still have big blind. We're still in the tournament. But yeah, Eddie, I've seen players make a lot of moves with big stacks, trying to make it look like that they have a weak, like make it have a strong hand. Sometimes they do have a strong hand, like the time you had pocket tens there, but sometimes they also have like air, like nothing. So they can make that move. So it looked like it could be a bluff, and ace high is actually doing well against a lot of hands there, or like that. So that's why I made that move, or calls and stuff like that. We have 8 big blinds. We're going to try and do the best we can with what we were given. Blinds we're going up against, we'll probably have about 7 or 6 big blinds. We have 4 or 6 not going to play. But that's why I didn't go all in on the turn over like that, because he could have a strong hand like what he did there over like that. It's just too bad that he had to actually have a hand. So we'll see what we can do. We get eliminated now, we get $145 US. Oh, ace 10. This could be our hand to play. We'll see what happens. But this looks like it'll be it, Eddie. This will be, because we got 6 big blinds. He'll be pushing in with a wide range of hands. This looks like the hand that we're going to have to go with here. We're calling. Unless he calls. Nope, we're calling. Ace 10, we could be behind, but this could be it right here. Ace 10 against King Jack. We are ahead. Nothing yet. He needs a king or jack. If he hits, we're done. We're still in. Okay, high pot. We're still in. We're still in. 4-6. Okay. Full dead shit. Queen Jack.
That's a strong one.
I know. Sorry. Okay, definitely not now. That made it easy. I can't call. He had kings. Oh, we missed a big one there. Oh, but he had diamonds. But still, he has an ace. Ever like that. We would have actually won, but I'm glad that we had the opportunity to fold. That's fine with me. We're in the final 3 tables left of the entire tournament. Let's start off with 5,500 people. Now we're in the final 27. Ace queen against ace 10. He's staying alive. He had a 10, he needs another 10 to stay up. Oh my fucking god. Holy shit. Wow, that's super rare.
So he got...
Okay, hold up. Sorry. I got it right. Yeah, he got out by hitting 3 of kind 10s that the other guy hit. I got to figure out what I'm going to do here. Call or raise. It's the same spot as before. No, this time I got to raise it, in my opinion, because we have more chips than before. So I'm going to raise it over like that. It's going to look suspicious. Very suspicious. Might get just like nothing. It's too bad that we got out here because people hardly ever play these hands over like that. But it just, I'm not doing that call thing again because there's so much of a risk over like that people can see what it looks like a lot of the time. We got an all in. This is nice. So we're going to have a chance to get a bounty from this guy that's $273. Win this hand. Ace 10. He needs diamonds or a 10. No diamonds or well, the 10's okay. We're going to win. We're going to win a huge-ass bounty. Look at this. 130. Fucking right. That didn't do a huge amount for our stack, but the bounty that we just won, that's massive. Aces again. We got a massive bounty. So our bounty now is $426. I only paid $3.50 to enter this tournament. Now it's turning into like the best tournament I've had in my life. We got 16 big blinds and a dream still. 12th out of 24 people. If we get eliminated right now, we win $165 US. So now you can see that there's one big stack here with 40 big blinds and 2 million chips. Nobody else has more than that. We got a couple that are at close to $1 million, but other people have only like 8 big blinds and big bounties, like $400, and like 13 big blinds, 12 big blinds, and their bounties are generally pretty big, but especially this guy here. So we will see what we can do. You can feel my face right now. Feel my face. I'm like burning up. We're in the final 22 people. I'm 15th place right now. It's not great, but we're still in it, and we have a chance. Do anything that's too far out. If it was on this spot with only 2 people left, I would, but there's so many hands to get through, somebody's likely to have a better hand, so it's an easy fold. Queen 4, we can't do anything with. If we get shoved on, we gotta fold. So this is why you still have to make moves, because the blinds go through you ever like that, so if you just wait and wait and wait, your stack will go down ever like that. So that's why you have to make moves, but you usually have to make moves that have good enough chances of winning, so good cards, and Queen 4 is not a good enough hand of winning. So we got a raise from this guy, and an all-in with the guy with 8 big blinds. I'd be surprised if this guy folded. Call. Ace King against 10. It's a flip. King is ahead. This guy's going to get eliminated unless he hits a 10 or a 9. And he's out. That's one more gone. So this guy's huge. 3 million chips. So once again, we're back to 11 big blinds, so it's all in or fold. So our decisions have been pretty easy so far. It's not like we get a chance to make any plays. And that's what's been happening at this table for everybody else. You can't just go all in with like bad hands, because if you get called, you're going to be in bad shape. You can go all in with bad hands here and there if you think your opponents won't call with a lot of cards, so you can try and steal these chips. But you can see he won like some extra chips that were in the middle from everybody. Queen 8 still not good enough to do anything with. If it was Queen Jack suited, yes. That's about as low as it gets. Queen 10 suited, nah, it's not good enough. We have an all in. You're gonna get a call? Call. 10s against Jack 10 suited. He needs hearts or a queen to win. Cool, he hits it. So he had a straight. This guy had pocket 10, so he's going to get eliminated. He's got 10,000 chips. He's all in right now. Ace 5 suited. Can we go all in here? Okay, no, not anymore. Not after what this guy does that. So now we've got 19 people left. But we've only got about 9 big blinds right now. And one of the big blinds is going to get used right now because we're in the big blind. 5-7, can't do anything with that. We get eliminated right now. It's still $165, but if we make it 18th, we get a 200 almost. So it'd be nice not to be eliminated next. Okay, somebody else got eliminated, so we're in the final 2 tables. We can't call here. Yeah, asking you shall receive. He's going to go all in probably because we have not been calling very wide. Yeah, we can't call here either. But we're not going to show our cards because he's going to think, oh, he's not calling very much. So he's going to go all in with a wide range. If we get a hand like King something, like a good King something, like King 6 or higher, we'll call Dan Treddy's all-ins. And
even King 6 is relatively good?
Relatively good if it's just like one person left to go, blind versus blind. But we can't go on here with 7-5 off. I don't think we can.
If King 6 is relatively good, then like Ace 5 is...
Yeah. It all depends on how many players you have left to get through. Like from here, King 6 is terrible. But from here, King 6 is great. It all depends on how many hands you have left to get through. If everybody else is folded. Now you could think, oh well, if everybody folds, I'll just go in like with any hands. But people start to catch on to that after a while, ever like that. The problem is we can't shove very wide because this guy will call a lot because he has so many chips. He'd be like, oh, I could take out this bounty or whatever like that. So we're just going to wait again. 7 big lines. Like this is like we're super low. Like if you look at relative to the overall thing, here's the blue line average and here's us. Like,
but you're still in there.
We're still in there though. 18 out of 5,500.
Average could be skewed because like some dude could just be making...
Oh, that's what's happening here. This guy's 3 million. Yeah, no, it's so true. Somebody has 4 million on the other table, and our guy has 3 million over like that. We're down here.
That's you 16, right?
I'm 16th, yep. Damn it, Scotty. That's nice. So let's look at the stacks we have. This guy has a fuck ton of chips with 48 big blinds. And this guy has 40 big blinds, so that's really big.
How many big blinds do you have now?
7. I don't want to make a dumb aggressive move.
Yeah.
Like Queen 3 would be a dumb aggressive move. So it depends on the cards too at this point. But as long as we have chips, we're good. If we're like 18 big blinds or below, you can't do anything except for all in or full. Just because you don't have enough chips to make plays. Okay, we got an all in and a call. King Jack against Jack 5. He needs a 5 to stay alive or else he's dead. Or else it could be a chop. Actually, I think they chop it up. They chop it up because they both have a pair of jacks and a pair of 7s with an ace kicker. If we get eliminated now, we get $200. But if we get eliminated at 15th place, it's $300. So it's $100 US difference between... Okay, we got an all-in ace jack against jack queen. Queen hits, though. He needs an ace to survive. And he's eliminated. So now we're in the final 16 players. 16 players, and if we get to 15th, we get another $100 pay jump. Holy fuck, damn. We got an all-in here from 6 big blinds. And a call. Ace-king against 10s. Ah, but he's got the hearts. He needs an... Yeah, okay, he's going to win because he made a flush with hearts. So that's too bad. I would have loved if he got eliminated. We're actually going to put on the other table. Unless this is a hand that we have to get involved with. Oh, fuck. Jack 10 suited. We've only got 5 big blinds. Believe it or not, we have to go with this because we only have 5 big blinds. We are actually in last place in the entire tournament, so we do have to go with this here just because it has enough chance of winning against other people. So we're going to get called by a lot of different hands. Hopefully we win, but if we don't, it's been a fun time, Eddie. It's going to be very likely to be called. If we don't get called, we'll be very surprised. One more. Fold. We got folds. So now we chipped up to that.
I guess they didn't know you were in last.
8s. We got to go on with this too. Pocket 8s are good enough to go with. It would suck if somebody had higher than that. I hope nobody has 9s or higher. No 9s or higher. Folds. Again, folds. We moved up. Okay, all in here and an all in here. We hope this guy wins. 9s against jacks. Okay, that's pretty rare. This guy needs a 9 to stay alive. Well, he'll still be there. Okay, yeah. So nothing happens. We got us. Uh-oh. If it folds to us, we 6s. If somebody else raises, we get rid of it. But if it folds to us, we're all in. Because we only have to get through 1, 2, 3 hands. We're probably going to, if someone calls, we're probably going to be flipping too. We have a raise here. I'm definitely folding now because there's likely that somebody has a better hand. And also, it's likely he'll call because he has so many chips. Now we're in the final 15. So now if I get eliminated, I get $300 US. Okay, 9s against ace 6. Okay, he's going to win. He has a pair of 9s, which is 3 of a kind 9s. So that's a huge detriment to this stack. King 5. Okay. If this guy goes all in, we're calling. King 5 off. It's marginal, but it's good enough against what Dan Shreddies has been shoving. That's only if it folds. Okay, if it folds to us, by the way, we are going all in. But he has raised it to all in pretty much. He has nothing left. So we're folding. We have like 5 big blinds. I've never gotten this short, but it's because we're so deep and you have to make these decisions based on the cards you have and stuff like that. Holy crap. And then all in. So this guy's going to be all in, like beside them. So it's going to be between those two. King Jack against Queen 5. As long as no... Oh, there's a queen. Oh, you got a straight. So this guy wins. Another elimination. Ace King. We're all in this hand no matter what happens. We can still lose, Eddie. If anybody has a pair, then we're flipping 50-50. But we have to go all in here, rather like that. Here we go. Fingers crossed. I mean, if we lose, we made the right decision at least. Ace Jack, no Jack. King. Oh my God, we're pretty much gonna desperate. We got it. Yes! Boom! Fucking right. $1 million. Holy crap! 1 million. Fucking A. Holy shit.
That was a good one.
I'll show you our chart in a sec.
Ace and a 6.
I don't think that's good enough though. If it was an ace and an 8 suited, then maybe. But this is just too low.
You don't want to risk it.
Oh, sorry. I gotta take a picture of that ace king one. Not calling that. Oh shit! Please win. This guy, please win. It is 10s against ace queen. Oh, he hit a 10. Okay, he's gonna win. Set of 10s. Unless he's a jack. No. Okay, that's too bad. If it folds to us, we're all in with the ace five. We can't call, but we can go all in with it to try and win those blinds. But this guy is the adopter. The thing is, he's raising a lot, so he might not actually have a hand. But the thing is, we can't do anything about it because he's going to call a lot. We have to have a good enough hand to go all in with her like that. So he's just taking advantage of the fact that he has so many more chips than many other players at the table.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing when he knows that we're trying to just ladder up or whatever like that.
So
10-9 suited. If it folds to us, we have to go all in. In this hand here.
Oh,
I know, but it's 10-9 suited. It has good enough equity against a lot of the hands, whatever like that. And if nobody calls, we get these chips here. It's that kind of situation. Only if it folds. If Dan Trady goes all in, we can't do anything about this, though. He's just... Yeah, no, we can't do it. I don't think we can do anything about it. There's, like, I don't see any reason to call. If you have two big blinds, we'll fold. We want to play more on the conservative side, but not too conservative, because, okay, all in by this guy. Please lose. Aces against King Jack. Oh, but he has hearts. Oh, and he hit a straight, I think. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Oh, my God. We got a $400. But I would have had 10-9. You see that? I would have had a full house. I actually would have won if I went all in with 10-9, even though it would have been the wrong thing to do when this guy went all in, because I was behind the King Jack. Ace-9 offsuit. Eddie, we're going with ace-9 offsuit here. We could lose, but at least we're getting at least $400. It's one of those hands. If it was ace-8, no. If it was ace-10, definitely. It's ace-9. Good luck to us. That you could have us beat. He could. Please fold. No, don't have ace-10 or better. Please. Don't have a pair. Hey, 1 million.
we accept those.
We'll accept that. No.
No.
8-4, we can't shove that. We have to shove something that has good enough equity, so like good enough chance of winning. That's what equity means, good enough chance of winning. We have to shove hands, go all in with hands that have good enough equity if we are called. 8-4 offsuit. If we get called, we're just in super bad shape. So now, he had ace-10 too, so we went all in, he was calling. Ace-4 off. Oh my God, it's so tough though, because it's only 2 players. Now it's easy. Queen-4 off. Can't do anything with that. So we're actually in last place right now, 11th of 11.
Well, you made it to 11 though.
Yeah. Yeah, boy. 400. Now we're trying to just keep laddering and making the right decisions, because if we get eliminated now, you know what? I'm fine, but I want to make the right decisions so that we can have the best chance of getting the big money. We've been turtling. We have been turtling. That's exactly what we've been doing. Because we haven't had a big enough stack to do like plays and be like bullying people. We're trying to make the smartest plays. Like, oh my God, we had elimination. We're in the final 10. Ace-8. If it folds to us, we're all in. It's very interesting if they raise though. It's very interesting. Because Ace-8's doing badly, they're gonna call a lot, so we're gonna fold here like that. This is really exciting. Fuck. If there's one more elimination, we're in the final table. But we are the guy that's at the back right now. It's this guy and us. Ace-5, if it folds to us, we're all in. Because we only have 7 big blinds. That's why you have to make moves. Good luck us. We could still get eliminated though. If we get eliminated 10th, you know what? I understand.
Could you have folded though and still survive?
Yeah. Somebody might call. Somebody might fold.